Hi. Jinx.
You owe me a soda.
Nuh-uh. You owe me a bubble water.
Ooh.
So everybody, welcome to the Neuro Spicy Table with Emily.
And Kelsey.
Yay! Wait, do it again. Do this. All right, so I am posting this on Facebook. I got the YouTube link.
Lit.
And now it's time for Facebooky times.
So I hope everybody had an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
I worked. But I made the money, so that's fun.
All right, I'm doing the things, so keep going. All right, there's the YouTube link. Next. All post, go. And then, that's funny. So I'm on our page, and in our stream it says slaps roof on my brain. This bad boy can go on so many side quests.
Period.
Accurate.
I got 27 tabs open right at this moment.
I have a lot of tabs open in my head, but also on my computer. All right, now I'm gonna go to Switch Me and find us. Here we go. Like that, share that. Now it's on, baby. There we go. And so I have us on Facebook now.
Great. We are going.
We're going. We're going. We doing.
All right.
We doing the do. Oh, I just heard my child scream.
I mean, the child, he's just going to be screaming. It's fine.
Yeah.
Coming from someone with no children.
No, and it wasn't a bad scream. It was a good scream. He was just yelling for fun.
Sometimes I just want to scream.
I can hear it. It's distracting, man.
All right, we got this.
We got this.
So, what was your idea to discuss today, Emily? Because I'm going to give you full control of bringing the topic up.
Okay, and stream. Just kidding. I was thinking about masking, and like I'm currently unmasking, but I think we should talk about like what masking is and all that jazz. Okay, so we have 2 people watching. Is one of them you?
It could be me because I do have it open.
Morgan. Hey.
So masking, I feel like, is pretty much the same with autistic and ADHD, but I feel like there could be different things you are masking between the 2 different diagnoses that I've noticed. Yes. I mean, personally with me, I mask like a lot of my like distractions very easily. Like I try to mask like being distracted. Like I look like I'm not distracted. I definitely am. Mm-hmm. Like me having 27 tabs open at once. Yeah. What are some things that you tend to mask and why?
Well, so let's talk about the beginning, masking, and why women more often than men do it, or boys. And that's why we don't get diagnosed properly, is because we learn at a young age that we need to be this, and we have more of a inherent drive to like fit in, where boys are just like, blah, we're a boy and we run around and do boy things. And I see that with my son, because he does not mask at all. He just balls out weird, and I love him for it. But like we try as girls, try and fit in. Like we have like these society things built in. I guess this is probably the patriarchy, is, now that I'm talking about it, is like boys can be boys, but girls have to be prim, proper, sugar, spice, everything nice. Whereas boys can like do whatever. So we learn that very early. And I think it's interesting because we're two different generations. I'm a Zennial, and you are a what
I'm
are
technically Gen Z,
Gen Z?
but
Yeah,
I identify as a millennial.
yeah, yeah. I think I'm more on the Gen X side, though. I have been City Side Quest. I I like Gen X, but I do see how they aren't as accepting. No, they're accepting, but they're not full on into like the millennial acceptance. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, so side quest over, but two different generations, like millennial and Z and alphas, they're they're more accepted for being who they are, whereas like we didn't fit in. We had to have like our turtlenecks and our sweaters and our like Reeboks, and like it was all like we had to be that way or else we were super ostracized. Now I feel like it's way easier to be the weird kid and be accepted. So,
My philosophy is that I think, especially with like Gen Z and um like millennials, is the fact that like Gen Z was probably raised by either someone in Gen X that was like kind of masking, and then they were like, I don't want my kid to do what I had to do, so
yeah,
then they made it more accepting for them. I feel like if I have a child, I'm gonna be more open to being like, you want to be exactly who you want to be, and I'm not gonna like try to control what you want to
right.
do, if that makes sense. Like, I'm gonna let you be your complete whole self. Like April talked about in her last like our last video. She said that like you're gonna be how did she word it? Be your authentic self. Exactly. I couldn't get the word out.
Yeah. And that's important. So, I haven't been my authentic self for my whole life.
Yeah.
And so being really something and now like unmasking, it's very bizarre to like I was always weird, but like I feel like I'm having a even harder time like talking to people and doing all the things that people expect from you. Like just starting this new job and like I'm just kind of like I want to just be like, oh well, this is who I am and this is how I work, and sorry about it, but this is how I work, or not sorry about it because I do really awesome, but like you're that you have like the strict blah 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 blah, and I'm like that's not how my cycles work, because with
Mm-hmm.
autism and ADHD and they're fighting constantly, like I don't work that way. So like the things that I should be sitting there at my desk doing, I just do it at home, like making
Yeah.
graphics and playing
Mm-hmm.
around. So luckily they're not like micromanaging people, but and I think that's an asset in the business that I am in, like podcasting and working at the co-working space now. Like I think that's an asset. But I also don't know who knows what, like can they
Yeah.
tell that I'm autistic? Like can they tell I mean they know I have ADHD because I said it. But like, I don't know, it's very strange and it makes me feel weird and coming out. It's like coming out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like you have to have a level of trust in someone to be able to be like, I'm trusting you to understand, even though that you don't go through the same things that I go through. I'm trusting you to understand and not treat me any differently for
Right.
what I brought to the table. Like, I'm saying, okay, I have ADHD.
Mhm.
You're gonna give me a list of tasks. I'm gonna get it done, but I'm gonna get it done my way. And I'm
Yes.
sorry, like I can't fit into how you want me to do things, but it's gonna get done. And if you like it, you
Mhm.
like it. If you don't, you don't. And then I find another job. Because then, like, at that point, it's like you're trying to mold yourself into being a different person. And I feel like that if it doesn't work, you're not going to be happy at a place, and then you're going to be miserable.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I started cleaning, because I was so done with people. Like, I did not have it in me anymore to like make nice with all the men at the bar. You know, like, I'm the cute bartender with the butt and the boobs and like,
like,
oh, look,
flirting.
you're gonna give money. No, I don't want to do that. Like, I did not want to do that anymore. I spent most of my life. And the cool part about serving is you got to pretend to be a person. Like, I learned the beers, and I learned the wines, and I learned the menu. So I had like a little bank of stuff to talk about, so I could pick and choose and stuff. But like, if they were just talking to me, like, the mask would slip and I'd be like, like glitching.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way, like, because I'm with people all day long, and like I have to like go get someone from the waiting room and like bring them back and like introduce myself. So like I feel like I have the same thing that I say to every patient, but then like I try to like, in my back of my head, I'm like, okay, what's something that I can resonate with this person that I can like get them talking and feeling more comfortable. So like anytime like a woman has a book in their hand, I'm like, oh, what are you reading? And like, tell me what you're reading. And then they like start talking about that, because you know, like I love reading. So I'm like, the first thing I'm like, oh, is that a Kindle? What are you reading? Because then I can make them feel more comfortable, because I mean, nobody wants to be at the doctor's.
Right.
So I try my best, but it's hard sometimes when you like really don't know how to act around people. And some people like just, especially like, I don't know what's going on with this person. They're not going to come in and be like, I'm grumpy because this, or like, I'm like, this is just my personality. Like, I don't know. So I try to show them like, hey, I'm an open person. I'm open.
You have a script that you follow. And
I literally do it. I probably could spit it off right now if you wanted me to. Good.
Go
Ready?
ahead.
Okay, so I got into the waiting room and I say, Emily, want to come on back? Then I take you back to the room. Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm the medical assistant. I'm gonna get you ready for the doctor. Here's your gown. You can go ahead and get unchanged. Everything off except underwear. Oh, is that a book? And then how was your weekend? How's the weather? Like,
oh, small talk. Ugh.
I know.
I hate small talk. I hate it. I hate it.
I do it all day long.
Tell me your trauma. Like, let's get into your like brain a little. Like, one of my hyperfixations is psychology. So like, I love psychology. I love armchair diagnosing people. Like, I should have gone into psychology, but you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Not gonna do it at this point.
Hi,
but it's
Anka. We love you.
Hi. I don't see her.
I have the Instagram up. That's why. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Instagram. We can't see the Instagram comments, but I can see it because I have it up. So I'll read them off if I
okay, good. Up. Awesome.
But again, like, what were you like to armchair diagnose people?
Yeah, I love it, and I like. So the brain is really interesting. Bodies are disgusting. I hate bodies. Like, ugh.
That's what I do all day long.
It's so gross. I don't know how you do it.
I love it so much. I love it so much.
Right, but I can't do that at all. But I love people's brains and why they do what they do, and I can like, I don't know, I can read people really well in that aspect. You know, like there's somebody and I could tell like I could tell that they were OCD. I was like, oh yeah, and then like I was talking to somebody else and I was like, yeah, that's autism. Okay, all right.
Yeah, like it's so funny, like, because I'm so open about my diagnoses, and like I'm so open about like telling people like, oh, I'm dyslexic, I have ADHD. It's come to a point where like I have multiple doctors that call me when they have a patient. They're like, Kelsey, I know you're dyslexic. How do I do this? Or like, this person wants to get diagnosed. I'm like, guys, you forget that I was diagnosed at 7.
Yeah.
So, let me just call up that doctor that diagnosed me at 7.
Yeah.
I don't know how
No
to tell
idea.
you, but it's funny that like I'm so open, and then they all just assume like, oh, you can come in and talk to people. I love talking to people and being like, this is me. I'm working and I can handle a job. Like, and I have this diagnosis and that diagnosis. I feel like people like to hear that, like, okay, this person's like semi successful. I don't want to
Yeah.
say totally successful, but I mean, I do hold a career. So I mean,
And at a young age. So
yeah, 19 years old, baby.
yeah, so like that's impressive. I've had so many different lives.
17,000 lives of Emily.
Yeah, it's so true. Like I've done so much in my because I get so here's my conflicting diagnoses is like I like a routine. Like I like like you go into work, you have your opening stuff, you have your opening routine, you do this, you do that, you have your tables or your bar, and you like do the things, and it's all routine. But like also, there's different people, so that hits the spot for me that it's not the same thing every day, even though there's a routine. That's also why I like cleaning houses. Especially when people aren't home, because then I can put on my, podcast or whatever, and I can just jam out and like clean the house top to bottom, and I have my routine, but it's a different house every day. Like it's all I like the switch up. So, and like this job now, I get to switch things up. I get to do, I'm not in a set, like I have a set schedule and there's things that need to get done within the week, but it's different stuff every day. So that's really important to me.
Yeah.
And we're not on masking at all right now.
See, this is why I was like, we're just not going to name the episode. It's just going to be episode 6.
Yeah, with us.
Whatever comes to mind is that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But I notice too about masking is like it's situational based for me. For a fact it's situational. Like if I walk into a situation and I feel like I'm not like I feel like if unmasking isn't welcome in a situation, automatic mask. Like it just I don't even notice sometimes that I do it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I get home and I'm drained.
Yes.
Like my body is drained. And I'm like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like, but when I'm with people that I know that I can unmask with, I'm like, oh, I come home and I have all this energy. I'm like, oh, look at this.
Dude,
it sucks the energy out of me.
When you're with paranormal people, for me,
yeah,
we get so hype. Like
the ghosts, you don't have to mask for the ghosts.
You could be like, hey demon, it's your girl. I love that meme. I love that meme so much. That's so funny. Hey demons, it's your boy. Oh, what else? I don't know. It's just episode now, like, so masking in friendships. How do you feel about that? Have you had to mask in friendships before?
Not in my friendships now, but I feel like the older I get, the more I'm open about my diagnosis. Like back when I was like 18, 19, like I was masking with everyone. Like everyone had like the second I walked out my front door, mask was up. But now 27-year-old Kelsey is open, and if you don't understand like me, we're not going to be friends. Like I like to a point where like if I don't feel comfortable unmasking, it doesn't fit for me. Like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of my like journey. Like I like my ADHD journey. I don't even know what to call that, but like I guess like learning that like I don't need to mask. Like it's just I am who I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like I also struggled a lot too. Like I medicate for ADHD. So when I don't have my medication, it is so much harder.
I'm remembering the dinner when we came late, when Darlene and I came late and you guys were like sitting around having dinner before my haunted manor, and you're like, I haven't taken my medicine yet. It was so funny.
Because I purposely didn't take it to keep me up all night.
Yeah.
But poor April kept going like this. She's like, your
You're like,
volume is here.
sorry.
You need to bring it down to like a 3.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's one thing that I do notice, that like sometimes like my volume is like always a 10.
Yeah.
And like I do sometimes, like I feel like I don't call that masking though. I am just very hyper aware of it.
Yeah.
And like my friends all know it, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm a little loud. Just a little loud. How about you?
I mean, that's okay to be loud.
How about you with like friendships and masking?
It's hard because I've I've struggled with friendships my whole life. And I've had a lot of hurts, and there's a lot of trust. I want to trust people, and I jump in to friendships and stuff trusting, and then like I get triggered by things, and it makes me remember like past trauma. So like I was just discussing this with Colleen yesterday, and like how stuff from a couple years ago recently got triggered, and I was like, please not let that not be the case here, like, because I don't want it to be the case here. And it wasn't, and it's fine. And things got resolved, and it's funny because we are both doing the same thing in a different way, because we're both not trusting because of our past things, and we're not taking people at face value. So it was just like, oh, I can tell something's up. Oh, I could tell something, and it was just a little messy. But, how do you learn without going through those messy things, So,
Yeah.
and like, you just have to be authentic. And I am now currently realizing I feel inside like, blah, 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 like Emily, like hyperactive, or like, like my brain goes so fast and it's all over the place, and I'm like, pew, 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 pew. But like watching this stuff back and listening to me talk, like I feel very like I look calm on the surface. Do you see that about me?
Oh yeah. And honestly, like you'll ask me questions and I'm like, well. So I feel like, I don't know, it's harder. Like I feel like being put on the spot for me to get my words together is harder. And I feel like that's also like the dyslexia too for me.
Yeah.
Is that like I mix up my thoughts. Like my thoughts are like I know what I want to say in my brain, but getting it out and verbalizing it is my issue. And like I'll be like, oh my god, I have like all these topics that I want to talk about, and then I can't get them out to make sense. Like they make sense in my brain, but then they're all jumbled up when they come out of my mouth. And it's like, woo, I'm on a podcast. I need to speak well, and I can't sometimes, but I try my best.
Yeah. That's why with Only Ghosts in the Building, I'm like, I can edit my audio and I take out some stuff if I go on a rambling, crazy run or something. But here you can't.
We love your rambles.
Not everybody does, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Again, unmasking, you have to be okay with who you are. I mean, always like try and be better. Like I feel like I try and be better every day, but like you gotta be cool with who you are. Because
Morgan said, pause, remove, articulate has really helped me with not being able to explain myself in the moment.
Yeah.
I definitely do that. Like sometimes I'll be like, hold on, let me just get my brain together.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like, especially like if you're in, I've noticed too, and everybody gets in arguments that you can't say that you don't. And like, or being in like a situation like in person, like it's hard to, like, when there's a lot of stuff going on, and especially being overstimulated, to get
Yeah.
your thoughts together to get it out. Like,
Mhm.
and especially in an argument when somebody's angry, and especially like my emotions are already at, like, I'm upset and I'm angry, and to get it out, like, it's hard. And I feel like I avoid confrontation, and my friends all know that because of that. Because I feel like
Yeah.
I can't, and then I'll say something wrong, and then it makes it worse, and then I'm like, okay.
Like, okay, fuck me then. All right, cool.
Right, right.
Um, it's
Like,
funny. I was in the car with Rich and my mom. She's driving, Rich is in the front. And I'm trying to get something out and I'm like yelling about it. And like Rich is like, don't yell at me. And I'm like, I'm not yelling at you. Don't you friggin' understand it's not you? And I'm mad at myself. And like, so
yeah.
it sounds like I'm angry at him, but it's really, I just can't get all of my shit out. And my mom like turned to him and she was like, don't you see she's not angry at you? And like, so we all ended up laughing about it, but like I like, there's like, and then you can't get it out. And then it's like, blah. So,
Yeah.
and that makes me like sad because I don't mean to scream at people or like be
Yeah.
frustrated, but I'm like, I'm trying to do this and I can't. You're not psychic, so you don't know what's in my head. And I need this done right now. And there's like 5,000 things that are happening right
Mhm.
now. So I'm just yelling at you, but it's not you.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
I
know.
really do think that, like, especially, I feel like I get overstimulated quicker if I'm ever masking.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
my fuse for being overstimulated is this long normally, and when I'm masking, it's this
Yep.
long. Like, it is, and I'm overstimulated, and then I'm losing it, and then I am everyone's problem.
Yeah. It's not a me problem, it's an everyone
Everyone
problem.
problem.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
I know we have some, like, little things of, like, how people mask, like, what are some, like,
oh,
obvious
mm,
traits. So I
let
know
me walk.
mimicking
Yeah.
is a big thing, and I do know to do that as well. I mean, I know for a fact that, like, if I see everybody else is kind of like doing one thing, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, um,
Yeah.
how would you describe mimicking? Like a neurotypical person?
Well, so the really awesome part, so there's a lot. Okay, so when you meet somebody, how I see it, when you meet somebody and you like them and they've got like, they're really cool and you start to just like meld into their personality because like it's subconscious, you don't even know that you're doing it. And so it's weird and it seems inauthentic, and that probably is weird for the other person because they're like, why are they acting like me or why are they talking like me? Like now we say the same words and stuff like that. Like when I was in Europe, when I the many lives of Emily, when I was in Europe and we were in France and we met these guys, these Australian guys. Like I started speaking Australian with, I mean, like I had an
Like in
accent with,
an
yeah, it was really
accent?
funny. I was like, okay, I've spent way too much time with you now. I'm like, and I can't bring it up now, but it was happening back then. But like
um,
the cool part about masking when you're with somebody and you're mimicking them is I find a lot of cool music that way. Like
yeah, that
I
is
s-
true.
I start to like hear what they're listening to and what they're into and I'm like, "Oh, no, this is really cool." And so now like I'm a mismatch of everything.
Morgan said, like the gorilla saying Bertiful thing. I can't even do it. LMAO, I'm over here talking like I'm from Memphis. I do that a lot where, like, I'll see stuff on like Instagram, and I'll start, like, or like TikTok, and I'll start saying that stuff, and
Mhm.
I swear it's stim. It is a stim.
Yes. Oh,
It's a
yeah.
stim, and I do it.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
quoting
Yes.
movies, that's a stim. It's
Yep.
100% a stim, and I do that so often that,
Yeah.
to the fact where, like, I'm like, I do that guy that's like, oh, Hi, Precious. And then he
I
says like
don't
the
know that one.
W. I'll
Questions.
send it to you. I'll send it to you. And you put a
Okay.
W in people's names. It's like, so my friend's name's Kristen, and we go, oh, Kristen. And
Is that why you're Kelsey?
yeah. Well, no, it's funny. It's not.
Yeah. But now it
like,
is.
now it is. But like, I'll do like friends lines. Like, I'll do like unagi. Like,
I don't know that one either.
you don't.
I know. I'm sorry.
You forget that I was barely alive for Friends. Barely.
Oh, I really didn't watch Friends. Sorry. I didn't even know that it was a thing. Yeah, sorry. I have
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to
it.
leave the podcast. I'm joking.
I have seen it. Like I knew what was it? Emily was actually a lesbian. Like I know some stuff, but I haven't seen every single one. I remember the monkey.
Oh yes, that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But back to masking because here we are. Side quest.
Side quest friends.
I definitely over prepare.
Yes, same. I run lines in my head before I go places. Okay, what's she saying?
No, she's now talking about the person that I was talking because sometimes me and Morgan are on the same wavelength.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like
yeah.
I swear she's tapped into my brain. And you are too sometimes. Sure. But like on different things. Like you guys tap in on different situations. Hers is like videos from Instagram.
Yeah.
Like but anyways, over preparing. I definitely over prepare.
I don't know. Is that over prepared though? Do we need to over prepare? Because I feel like there's not enough preparation for anything ever.
Well, for us though, we don't over prepare for this situation.
Yeah.
But like I feel like when I'm going to a place that I don't want to go to, or like if I'm already anxious about somewhere, like I'm going to a party with like I go to a lot of work dinners because how I can like kind of put two and two together. I go to a lot of work rep dinners, so like I have to go and sit at a table. They talk about a medication that I really don't care about, and I get a free meal out of it. One of the reasons why I go, but I have to like try to first of all talk about this medication, and I have to like there's other offices, so the people I don't even know come, and I have to kind of conversate. So like I feel like I over prepare. Like, okay, what are some things we can talk about at this table? And like I also like I look up the medication beforehand, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm not walking in there like, what's the JAK inhibitor of this medication? I'm like, I don't know. But I definitely over prepare for like things like that. In those situations where like I'm expected to like know things and be able to like produce a thought about something that I really don't know about.
I do and I don't. Like I will have like in the morning, like I'll run through scripts in my head, or if I'm standing in line to go like order something, I have it all plotted out in my head.
Yep.
I hate phone calls. I hate making phone calls unless I have like a whole script already. Like I can't call the doctor. I can't make an appointment for myself. Like I just can't do this.
That's the one thing I can do, but I feel like it's because I work at a doctor's office. That's the only reason why if I didn't work at a doctor's office, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
But like especially right now, like I have multiple things going on that I have to actually be an adult and like do. Like I have my car that I have to get fixed. I have to get my tooth fixed.
Yeah.
And I have to get my tooth fixed. So like I have to call and do all that. I have to figure out payment plans, which absolutely not. And then I have to like also call like card places to get my car fixed. And I'm like, I don't know how to speak car. So
yeah.
And it's like I'm too old to have my dad do that stuff. Like I have to do it. I can't do that. So like I have to like
my mom pretends to be me way more than she should.
Well, my father cannot pretend to be me.
No,
that would be an issue.
Colleen can.
But that is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put ideas in my head.
Though I have no idea if she'd be able to do it because she's spicy too.
I have all faith in my Aunt Kyle.
Yeah.
Morgan said, I used to go to rep dinners and be like, here's hi, I can't even pronounce that, Morgan. You are really putting my dyslexia to the test. It is for it says hydromorphone is an erectile dysfunction. It's for erectile dysfunction. Good luck, LMAO. That's what she said. I don't know who put Kelsey, the dyslexic, in charge of reading out the comments, but anyway.
I don't know how either because I can't see comments anywhere.
I know. I
don't know why it does this. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Because we had it that one time we could see all the comments pop up and it was like,
you know why? It's because it's
amazing.
Facebook and we're still in Facebook jail.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
I think it's probably next video will be on Facebook.
Okay. All right. So while we're on that subject,
we love you, Morgan.
Do we want to talk about we probably won't be on next Monday?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we're going to try and do every other week. Just because I start the job, she's got like a million things on her
plate. My life is imploding.
Yeah.
But I'm still here and I'm still happy.
Yeah, and it's all good things. Like it's things that you can fix and get done, and it's not like it's gonna explode and be that hard forever, you know?
Yeah, so, exactly. Unless my car actually explodes, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
No. Is it gonna get totaled?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, dang. Oh, you were looking at cars too.
I know. Really? I was so excited. I'm so excited. And then I'm not.
So, do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah. So, I was just driving down the road. This is me driving down the road. And I look to my left. Here's Bambi.
Oh, no.
Just smacks into the side of my car. Bambi hit me. I did not hit Bambi. Don't call PETA on me. So Bambi ran into the side of my car, destroyed the whole half of my little Jeep. So now I don't have a bumper or a headlight or a turn signal or all that fun stuff. So I have to get my car fixed.
Yeah. And your door was stuck shut.
Yes. And then I got really bad anxiety and I almost flipped my lid.
Yeah, that's traumatic.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first accident.
Really?
At 27.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Good job, Kelsey. You made it this far. I mean, now it sucks.
I'm a community driver.
It wasn't your fault either. It was the deer. A deer ran into me. Why do they do that? They just like headbutt your car.
Zero self-preservation.
It's ridiculous. Like
I sent that deer right back to hell where it belongs.
You were driving so slow too. I was going like 5 miles around this S curve. I was like, and I saw it and I was like, don't you do it. And I like slowed down even more going around this S curve and then bam, right into but there was no damage. So
now this made me think of it. So how are you with speaking to like, I think of not like an authority figure, but like when you get into an accident and you talk or speaking to a police officer and you're trying, like you're already like overstimulated because of just smacking a deer and then I couldn't get out of my car. Yeah. I luckily didn't have to talk to the police, but like I witnessed like car accidents and then had to speak to the police, like, or like some situation where you have to speak to like give a statement or like talk to someone. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I can get my words correctly and then I'm like, wait, hold on, don't write that down because that's not correct.
Well, if it's me getting pulled over, I have anxiety belly.
I handled that very well.
Yeah. Yes, you did. That was amazing. It was because you weren't doing anything wrong, but when I'm speeding and I get pulled over, I'm doing something wrong. So but this was like a million years ago. Though I still speed, but I am magic and I put protection on myself and I put a cloaking spell across my car so no cops can see it. I'll just doot, 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 right by, and they don't stop or look. I don't know if this is true, but it's working, so I'll take it. Now we have another side quest. What was the question?
Hi, Lex. My cousin Aunt Kyle's daughter is watching
Oh, yay!
us.
Hi, Lex. You don't know me, but I've heard about you. In all good things. She loves
yes,
you.
all good things, all good things.
Mhm.
But we should talk about also what are some other like traits of not mimicking, masking. I can't speak.
Masking. Let me look at the Google Docs. Over preparing, yeah, for sure. Suppressing emotions or reactions, trying to tone down or hide emotional responses. Oh, uh, yeah, that's hard. I mean, I guess that I do it better than I think that I do because my head, Emily, inside this head is different than what you guys see.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching this live stream, like I look very like calm and placid, but in my head I'm like, oh. So again, what am I saying? I think my mask is so built in on that one. I think I hide a lot of it until it blows. But I used to have inappropriate laughing. Have you ever had inappropriate laughing?
Oh, 100%. And
Right?
Lexi can contest to this.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
horrible and I can't not laugh at funerals, and it's really bad. Like it's
Oh
very bad.
shit.
It's very bad.
Oh.
Like, and I think it's just because like when I get sad, I try to make everyone laugh, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, here
Yeah.
I am,
Mhm.
Christmas. Yup, yup. And like we'll be at Christmas, like Christmas dinner. They always put me and Lexi together, and it's bad, bad because it's just bad, a bad situation all around, all around.
And by bad you mean good, because that's fun. That sounds like fun.
Yes, she's now spitting off different times where I've laughed inappropriately
Yeah.
in the chat.
All right, everybody, you have to go read it.
Yep.
I used to have giggle fits when I was trying to do homework. And I don't know what that was. Like, I guess maybe my anxiety, it was just like having to sit down and like I can't focus. Like, I used to just laugh and laugh and laugh and I couldn't stop. Also, um, I will get the giggles and then like I have to pee. So like
I get
I'm
that.
like, I
My
gotta go
thing
pee.
is,
Yeah.
I'm a crier, and the thing is, like, I'm not a crier when
Ooh.
I get sad. I'm a crier when like someone, not like reprimanding, but like
Uh-huh.
if I'm getting like say like your yearly
Criticized.
review, like criticized or
Yeah.
like so like that automatic tears. And I used to have to tell people like I am not crying because you're giving me this. I just can't
Yeah.
handle all this information that you're giving me, and I'm gonna just
Yes.
like my body just starts to cry, and like I can't
For
help
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I am not a cry. Like I'm the one person like in bad situations that does not cry.
Yeah.
Like so, it's very strange that that's the situation where I start like crying, and I'm like, oh, here I am. Like my old manager used to know. My new manager, she's getting used to it.
Yeah.
Like, like I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
like I can't help it.
I don't know what my face looks like when people are talking. I just can't envision my own face when people are
Yeah.
like talking to me. Like there's been a couple of times already that I was like, trying to explain something and like he's like, "Well, let's just, reel it in and do this and this." And I'm like, like is this the face that I'm giving him? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what my face is doing.
Exactly. Do you feel like you self-censor yourself, like that you notice, like he's like, I want to reel this in. So then you're
Yes.
like, oh, do I not go on rambles anymore? That now that he
Yes.
said that, or like,
Yes. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, I know you're busy. I'll just try and not talk, like, just like talk all the
yeah,
things that I want to say. Like, I'll just be go, 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 do your thing. Go, 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 go. Like, don't let me, because I will sit.
mm-hmm.
There was not a lot of people, but the guy that works with my boss, and I think his name is Nate, but I'm pretty sure it's Nate. Anyway, it was our first like real conversation today, and we were just talking, and like, so he brought up the dupe. I don't know how we got on the subject. Rockwood and Rockford Park. And he was talking about cemeteries and like all this stuff, like Wilmington cemeteries. And I was like, oh, I want to go there. You know, like I've heard a lot about the people. And so we went on this like whole journey together where I told the history of the DuPonts and Rockwood, because I have all this information from doing the podcast and like all the like haunted stuff. And he was like, oh, well, you should try and be a Hagley like interpreter or whatever. And I was like, no, only if it's paranormal. I don't want to do the rest
I don't care about everything else.
No, I just want to do the paranormal. So and like I told him about Bellevue and like how like there's all this like sordid stuff in the tunnels and like things happening. But I went on this whole thing, and again, what were we talking about? Oh, so I just let that fly. But I kept like thinking like, okay, should I stop it? And then I'm like, I can't stop it. It's just coming out because it was my hyperfixation for like a month. Like, so I have to get it out. And he's like, oh, well, thank you for letting me know like all this history. I like history. And I was like, cool. Okay, we're good. Because if you didn't want to know, sorry.
Yeah. I noticed that sometimes like during meetings, like we have like a group meeting every week, like on a Friday. It's like a huddle before we get to see patients. And like my manager will like bring any new information on a Friday, like, and let us know like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is what's changing, blah, blah, blah. And like, I feel like I mask, like if I think something, I have a stupid question, I don't ask it because I'm afraid to ask it in front of a bunch of people. And I'm like, so then sometimes I'll like pull my manager to the side. I'm like, I know this is probably a stupid question, but if I don't ask it, it's going to bother me and then I'm going to overthink it. And so then she's like, no, that's a really like actually a good question. Why didn't you ask it in front of all these people? I was like, because like one time I asked a really stupid question and now I won't.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one thing that I do definitely mask is like questions that I have, because like I'm afraid that like it's going to come out wrong or like sound stupid. And most of the time it's not, but
no.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh God, it's
I'm really
up.
tired. Oof. Yeah, I'm good. We can wrap this up in an hour.
We got this
with the time change and like.
So I was just thinking, what is your hyperfixation of the week? Do you have one? Because I definitely have one. It's very strange.
Oh,
I'll let you think. Well, I'll tell mine.
Okay.
So my hyperfixation of the week is Fleetwood Mac. And it's not even just like that, because I saw a video talking about when Stevie Nicks was doing a interview because she's coming out with all this new music, and she was talking about her and Lindsay's relationship and how apparently like all this cheating happened, and I went on a deep dive. I mean, deep dive. Like I probably could, like I'm not on the top of my head, but like deep dive to the point where like I'm surprised I don't know Stevie Nicks' blood type. Like that's how deep of a dive I went on.
It's O positive. No.
Could you imagine?
No, she's probably AB negative, because AB negative people are aliens. We shouldn't exist.
I'm not an alien.
Yeah.
I just can share my blood with everyone.
Are you O?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I went on a deep dive and I was like so interested in it because I feel like it's also because she's like witchy. And I was so into that, like her, and like I didn't know, like I feel like I never realized how much of her songs have witchy stuff, like especially even Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Like Silver Spring, she literally talks about putting a spell on him. Like I'm like, yo, she's gonna put a spell on you.
Like I was Rhiannon. That's a great.
It's about
song.
A witch, a Welsh witch, a Welsh witch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to quote
she's
another
a deity. Yeah. She's a deity of music, I think.
Yeah.
Those deities are one of my hyperfixations forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was so into it. And then now my whole replay playlist is all Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, I love it.
I'm just vibing in this fall weather with Fleetwood Mac.
I love it. Do you remember when that guy with the listening to crystals, whatever, it was a Fleetwood Mac Dreams. Is it Dreams? Oh my God. And he was on the skateboard drinking like Ocean Spray cranberry juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, it was Dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember
The
crystals in it. I was
loneliness like a heartbeat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that whole thing happened when Jonas was like really young. So like we were watching YouTube videos and he loved
Mhm.
that song. So I would play it all the time.
Yes.
And we'd sing and he'd bounce to it. It was cute. So I like Fleetwood Mac. You should listen to there's a podcast and it's really freaking interesting. And I'm looking it up. It's on Spotify. It's on my Spotify list.
I feel like this is gonna be like a Titanic obsession with like I'm still obsessed with
Yeah.
Titanic, and
Yeah.
I will go down swinging like with the Titanic. Like I will die on that hill. That Creed, Nickelback, and freaking Fleetwood Mac.
You're ridiculous. Oh, that is not on there. I went on it's Amazon Music. It's an Amazon Music podcast, and I'm gonna look it up because I really think that you'll like it. Disgraceland.
Send me that, baby. Oh, cool.
Ooh. He does little like it's so cool. It's just like they did a Tom Petty one, and I really enjoyed it because it tells you all like listen to the Sublime one. The Sublime one was crazy.
Oh, I love Sublime.
Yeah, I know
Lexi
you do.
just said no more Creed, and I will die on that hill. I will die on it. Bury me in the ground 6 feet under, and you're gonna lower my casket into the ground to arms wide open.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have headphones on and be listening to something else because no, my earbuds will be in, and I'll be like,
I will haunt you, and you'll like it.
I will like it. I'll be like, open my closet door, bitch. It'll be fun.
I kick it like Medea. Anyways.
Fudge. I had something. Oh
yeah, what's your hyperfixation?
Hyperfixation. God,
I feel like your new job right now is your hyperfixation too.
Yeah. Learning Canva and AI stuff and like making things and try to like
LinkedIn. I've noticed you've been on LinkedIn like crazy.
Well, yeah, but I need to like that.
I know
that is a need. So I've been trying to, and I hate. Can I tell you how much I hate having notifications on my phone? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Like right now, I have 3 emails and 2 LinkedIns, 4 TikToks, 1 Instagram, and 2 Facebooks. I friggin' hate it. I hate it. So I'm always popping in, and I'm not even looking at stuff. I'm just like, get rid of that number on here. So anyway, yeah. So I think I'm just trying to learn it. That's how I know so much stuff, and it's like weird. I know so much stuff because I teach myself things. Like I know how to crochet, I know how to knit, I know how to do watercolors. I have lots of art. Like I know all these stuff about witchcraft and deities and like magic stuff and all this stuff. I like have just so much that I'm focused on. And then I taught myself to macrame, and I macrameed a wedding arch for me and Rich. Like it was like I
can't relate.
I'm doing this because I'm not paying $500 for somebody else to do it. I'll just do it myself. And it worked.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have lots of hyperfixations, but right now it's like learning Canva and making little things.
Try to do that stuff. Like I feel like I tried so much to be creative. Like, you know how many like and I'm just like it can't keep my interest enough. Like I tried to make candles. Ask me how many candles I made.
2. 0.
Because it's all still in the box.
I have all my candle making stuff right in front of me.
I got it and I got anxious. And then I was like, I'm not doing this.
Don't get anxious. It's fun. It takes a while.
I'm clumsy.
Oh, yeah. Hot candle wax. Yeah.
Hot candle wax and me being clumsy, just not it.
No. No, I hear you.
but I definitely like I feel like I go quickly to different hyperfixations, but like I get stuck on like information, like is my hyperfixations a lot. Like I
Yeah.
like with Fleetwood Mac, like I was really into that. Like, oh, I heard that he cheated on her through the whole relationship, and I was like, I'm in it.
Yeah, and they have to, like they were singing breakup songs and, like, all this stuff together on stage
Yep.
while they're,
She
like
was putting a spell on him on that stage in
oh, yeah.
1997 when they
Yeah.
performed that. Like she was like staring him right in the mitt. He deserved it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Women
Yes.
reunite. I'm a girl's girl.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, good.
So,
yeah.
We have about 4 minutes left.
Yeah. Is there anything that anybody has in the chat? Anything that we can talk about for 4 minutes? No.
Just my cousin hating on Creed.
All right. Well, I'm glad somebody said it, not me. I love you though.
I'll die on that hill.
Okay,
I will.
good.
It's fine. It'll just be
I
me.
will
me
die.
And all the divorced dads.
I will die on the hill standing next to you listening to something else. Like Camila Cabello right now. I just put on I Love It, and Jonas and I love it. He's so cute when he's I love it. I love it. I love it. It's
Lexi
adorable.
said Shrek Harvey is my fixation right now.
Shrek Harvey?
I think it's like no idea who that is. I think it's like an old school. She likes really like old school music. Oh. To be honest, that's what she said. She likes like old school music. So I'm into it. It's a vibe.
Alexa, play Shrek Harvey.
Here you go.
No, didn't come up with it. It came up with Fern Gully.
She said no.
No.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. Well, I guess we'll know. She's gonna text me now. Please text me information on this human.
Yes, because I'm like, Shrek is a green ogre.
I guess.
Shrek. You know, Shrek and Fiona.
I guess. I should have been that for Halloween. Oh my god, she said it's a mix of Steve Harvey and Shrek.
Oh, okay. That sounds so much better and hilarious. Okay, I love that.
We're over here like,
I love it.
I'm old. I am old. I don't keep up on the new fads.
That's wild. You're not as old as me. You keep up with newer fads than I do.
That is true.
Though somebody again, I'll get introduced to something and I'll be like, oh, this is hilarious, and that's my shtick for a little bit. But yeah. Oh, do you want to see?
Oh, I love it.
So, I was like, Jonas and I were at Walgreens, and he was like picking up all the Halloween stuff, but this was before Halloween, and I was like, no. After Halloween, we get it for $2.
Yes.
So I got
get all the fun spooky stuff for cheap.
Yeah. I bought him a little toy. It's Zero from Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. Little dog, Zero.
Yeah.
He loves it. I love it. It's cute.
So our next podcast will be on what's today?
I don't know.
I don't even know. God.
Tomorrow's election day. Today's the 4th, November 4th.
It would be the 18th.
Okay.
So we're going to be back on the 18th. Hopefully we'll have some, if anybody has anything that they want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments or under one of our pictures. Message us, all that fun stuff.
Hopefully we'll have somebody on, because I know we want to get Deb on.
Yeah.
I think she'll have a lot of good stuff, and she's a really interesting person. I really like her.
Yeah.
So I say I really like her, and my face is like, I'm tired.
I really just like her.
I really like her. She's a great person.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to our crazy, all over the place 27 tabs
Yeah.
Live. Where is the music playing? I don't know.
Wait. Let me play it on here because we don't know how to do this yet. But I have this.
It disconnected on Instagram, so it's just
Okay.
Can't hear nothing.
Really?
Nothing. I think it's like doing the outside noise.
That's annoying. It's
we'll figure it out. All right, everyone. She has music on. I don't hear it. We will see you guys later. Thanks for coming and watching. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm screaming. She just sent me a picture.